Hello, Potato, and welcome to this week's Weekend Magic, where most of today's stuff is going to be ornaments and pins. There's a couple other things too, but only one thing that's kind of big and might be interesting, but I haven't really looked at too much of it yet because it just came in last night. But first, let's start with something that's maybe a little less impressive, and that's this. Another face mask. Yep, it's one of the new fabric ones. I'm guessing it's going to be polyester. And we found this because we popped into our local Disney store on Thursday night, mostly to see if, well, online I've seen people posting that the stores have kind of randomly been getting in the limited release items from the website. Of course, you may remember from a couple episodes ago that I got another Star Wars Day key there, and that they also had the ink and paint key at that point. And I've seen people posting that they'd seen Minnie Mouse main attraction items in some Disney stores. And, you know, the castle items, which I'm not interested in. And, like the Pluto key. So some of the limited release stuff that people have trouble buying online has been kind of just trickling into stores at random moments. So I thought we'd, go over there and check it out to see what they have. And they did actually have the Pluto key and pin, but of course we have those already. No Minnie Mouse, the main attraction stuff, but also wanted to make sure that they weren't one of the stores closing, because like 3 or 4 stores in the Bay Area have closed in the last few weeks, and I was, a little concerned that our local stores would be closing as well. But the manager said they weren't closing, although, I suppose if they aren't allowed to announce it yet, she wouldn't tell me if they were. And she didn't say anything about the other local store closing either, so I think this area has, escaped the axe this time. But while we were there, of course, we picked up a couple of the items that are in today's video, including a pair of these. The Jack Skellington masks. Now, these are a little interesting because these aren't the ones they're selling on shopdisney.com. The Nightmare Before Christmas masks on there are like Jack's tux and Sally's dress. And this one, of course, is Jack's face. So let's grab Mr. Skullhead and let's see what this looks like out of the package. And here's what our Jack Skellington mask looks like on a human face, or at least a very reasonable replica of one, especially with a mask covering it. And yep, it's that thinner. It does feel like a little thicker than the Halloween ones, though. I think it is still just the thinner 2-ply mask, not the 3-ply or 3-layer ones of that they've been making out of the cotton. So and this one, I would argue should have been one that's meant for longer wear, because you can wear this all the way through to Christmas. You don't have to just wear this for the week or two before Halloween. So I really do think, unfortunately, that's where Disney's going with these masks. Is all the new ones. Anything released from this point on is probably going to be this polyester one. And I haven't worn one yet, so maybe they're better than I think they are. They don't feel good to my hands, but maybe when I wear them, maybe they'll be more comfortable. Maybe they'll be a little less wearing on the ears. Because let's say I did spend the entire week wearing my Disney masks, and they do kind of pull on my ears. Of course, he doesn't have that problem; he doesn't have ears. But yeah, they do kind of pull on my ears after a few hours. I think that's because they may have shrunk a little bit after being washed. And being polyester, I don't know what that'll mean for that. But I guess we'll find out. And you know what? You'll hear from me when I do. Anyways, though, it's a cute mask. I like the little Jack faces. I wonder if there'll be a Sally one. He was putting out a bunch of like Halloween themed ones. They had the Shop Disney Jack-o'-lantern ones, the ones I showed you I think last week before. They had those as well. They didn't have, at least at that point, they didn't have the Jack Tux or the Sally dress mask. I don't know if they will or not. They've already got Christmas stuff in, which we'll get to in a minute, a little bit of that. But yeah, they have a little bit of Halloween stuff, and they're already like putting in Christmas. I'm thinking they're not going to get like a full selection of Halloween items this year, which is unfortunate. But we do have this, and it's cute. I just hope it's pleasant to wear. Next, let's look at some pins. My wife has ordered most of these. Actually, I think she's ordered all of these, all the Disney ones, anyways. But we'll start with this. Yep, they are Disney Parks Collection pin set. They were $14.99. And yep, they're just kind of him and her Mickey Jack-o'-lantern pins. They got Mickey and you got Minnie, and she's got a little candy corn bow on her head. because like a jack-o'-lantern, those are completely inedible. But they're cute little pins. Yeah, she thought they were nice, so she ordered them. And we also picked up, or she also ordered, the Pluto birthday pin and the mini birthday pin. And these are kind of interesting, not just because, well, I mean, of course, the mini one, it's a 2020 pin. It's not a pin from last year, so it's not really from the mini birthday, when the key and stuff came out. But it's, I mean, it appears to be a gift pin, because it's got a to and a from on it, as our Pluto just kind of has a cast member style backing. But what's interesting about these is that they have a matching Mickey pin, which is from, I think, last year? No, that's from this year too. Did I get these backwards? No, I didn't. That is from this year too. Yep, there's a matching Mickey pin. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just a Donald one, which is, I'm going to show you next. The Donald birthday pin. And this actually did come out for the Donald birthday in 2019. Yeah. This was available the same day that the Donald key was available. But yeah, so we have these mostly because they match, and they're all the same style of the cake melded with the design of the character. And this is not a great angle for them. Why don't we take a closer look at them? But first, let me show you one more pin. It's not Disney. I just thought it was cute. This actually is from Cost Plus World Market. They carry a line of pins called These Are Things. They also have patches and stuff too. But last weekend, for members of the Explorers, I think it's World Market Explorers is what they're called, you could go in and get one for free. And yeah, just a cute little pin. I went in there and actually I found like a week's worth of videos to do while I was there. And so that's what we can look forward to next week. But yeah, it's a little rainbow that says Love Wins. So yeah, let's take a closer look at the pins. So here's hopefully a better view of our Mickey and Minnie Jack-o'-lantern pins. They're very cute. They kind of seem like they should react to blacklight or something, as brightly colored as they are. But yeah, they don't really do much to it. Maybe if it was like pitch black, they might glow a little bit, but I think it's just a really nice bright orange. It's very eye-catching. It's got kind of like a silvery gold trim around it. They're pretty heavy for as small as they are. They're reasonably thick. Yeah, and they were $14.99. They're a Disney Parks item. You can get them on Shop Disney, or I suppose if you happen to live near Anaheim, you probably can get them at World of Disney or Pin Trader or whatever. And of course, if you're in Florida, you can actually go to the parks if you feel that is a safe and irresponsible thing to do. Here's our mini birthday pin, kind of like with the Mickey one. It appears to be a pin that's almost meant to be given as a gift, because they both have the to and from on them. But I was looking at both. I don't think I've ever shown this one before, so I was looking at them both, right? Yep, they're both clearly Mickey and Minnie. They've got the ears, she's got her bow, he's got his little buttons on his pants. And they are single-backed. And I don't know if you can get this one on Shop Disney anymore or not. I think you probably can, though. And they're not super expensive. They're just $10 each. As far as pins go, they're pretty inexpensive. And even though they seem to be about as thick as like those Halloween ones, they do feel quite a bit lighter. But it's nice because they do match in style, and indeed they match the same style as that Donald and Pluto pin, which I guess we should take a look at those a little bit closer too, huh? And here is the Pluto birthday pin, which doesn't really seem to want to sit straight to the packaging. Oh, there we go. That's better. That looks better. And much like the Donald one, it does come, and the Donald one was last year, from his actual 85th anniversary. I think that's actually the first one of these that came out. I wonder if they just, because this one did well on its own, they decided to make more of these birthday pins. I just wonder why Donald and Pluto both got, not employees, cast member badges for their backgrounds. And of course, Mickey and Minnie got those little birthday party backgrounds. But yeah, they're called the same style of cake. You got, Donald's little buttons in his hat, and Pluto's got a bone because he doesn't really have any defining props. Do you, boy? No, you don't. Yeah, he's still sitting here. But they're cute little pins. And I'm not going to take these out of the plastic like I normally have been doing some of these pins, just because I do want to keep them in nice condition, at least until we figure out what we want to do with them. Right now we're just kind of storing them in a bin to keep them safe. All right, let's move on to, we're about halfway through now already. It's fast, I know. Let's move on to these. Why am I showing you brown paper lumps and a box? Well, that's because these are actually ornaments. And you can probably guess that the brown paper lumps didn't come from Shop Disney. So I showed, I think a couple weeks ago, I showed you the Starbucks Disneyland ornament. And of course I told you about how my wife and I collect coffee ornaments. And I mentioned in that the Disney's California Adventure ornament had been sold out at the time, but it's not sold out anymore. And here it is. Or I guess maybe it's sold out again, I don't know. But it wasn't sold out when I ordered it. So kind of like the Disneyland one, there's a lot of little hidden stuff in here. There's like the Pixar ball from Pixar Pier, the streetcar, we've got the doors from the Monsters, Inc. ride. We've got the Mickey and Walt statue from the front of the park, Grizzly Peak, the Incredicoaster says "Be Incredible," and lots of little references to other parts. I think that would be Cars Land. I know it has a proper name. Radiator Springs. Oh no, that's Grizzly Peak. What is that? What is that? Oh, that's part of Radiator Springs. Duh, that's the mountains at the back of Radiator Springs. Yep, it's another cute little ornament. I suppose we could get the Magic Kingdom and Disney Studios and stuff ones from the Florida parks, but we don't live there. We've actually never been to those and probably never will be at them. Yep, so there is our California Adventure one. And then these are from Disney Store. You can get these on Shop Disney. And of course, the thing I liked about getting them on Shop Disney is that they do come in boxes to store them in. And when you buy them in the store, they're on peg hooks and they don't. But when you buy them in the store also, you make sure your store doesn't close. So we picked up a couple. Because they had that, if you're a Disney Rewards Visa member, they had a coupon they sent out in the mail a few weeks ago. And it's only good for like another week. But if you spent $50 on qualifying items, you could get 20% off instead of your usual 10%. So we bought a couple ornaments and that face mask I showed you before. And these are both of the part of the Living Magic series, right? Yeah, they both are. So we have Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story in his box. This one was my main choice. I actually like this one better than the one I showed you before, the one that's actually the sketchbook, the anniversary ornament. Because this one has him in his box. It's very chunky, it's heavy. This is not going on our tree by any stretch of the imagination. This is way too heavy for that. But it talks.
Buzz Lightyear, at your service. To infinity and beyond. It's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go. The slingshot maneuver is all we've got. Full speed ahead. Scanning perimeter.
Now, I almost got one that was kind of messed up because I had noticed when I picked him up, but the buzz inside of it was like crooked, like he could have used a V8. And I don't know how that can be, because I don't know if you can see in here very well, but he's glued to a flat surface inside. He stops at the knees. So I don't know how they had one that was like kind of at an angle in the box, because I guess the floor of it must have been at an angle too somehow. Maybe it had broken, because there was probably an air gap between the electronics there. And does it go off when you put it? Because it doesn't sit flat. Ah! Knocked over our ornament there.
Laser at full power.
Ah, so if you set it down right, it kind of leans on the button.
It's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go.
I may put that little plastic tab back in there just to keep the battery from running down. And then we have the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And this one I think just lights up. Yeah. Let's get you a closer look at that without going into close-up mode. Yeah, the Cheshire Cat lights up and glows. It says this way and up, yonder, back, that way, down. Just a nice little Alice in Wonderland ornament. And these ones I think were both $24.99 each. Yeah, $24.99 American. The prices have gone up. Weren't they like $20 last year? And they're like all $25 this year. At least all the really nice ones, even if they don't do anything, if they just look nice, are like $25. Yep, those are our ornaments. They're nice. They're not going to go on the tree. And that leaves us just one more thing. And yes, it's to do with my stated desire that we have a Haunted Mansion item in every video. Now, we should actually have had 2 items today, because I ordered this item and the Funko Pop of the mansion with the butler at the same time, and they were both supposed to come on, well, yesterday. They're supposed to come both supposed to come yesterday. And I got a notification on, I think, Thursday that our next item wasn't going to be here until today. And thankfully, it actually did show up yesterday. And the other item said it would still be here yesterday, until yesterday morning, when I got the little email from Amazon that says, "Is it cool with you if we ship this to you later? Because we don't know when, but sometime before November." And I'm like, all right, yeah, but if I see it in a Disney store or box lunch or something, I'm gonna pick it up. I suppose I could order it from Shop Disney, because there was a code on that coupon that I used at the Disney store for the Shop Disney website too. And I would imagine, even though the store collected the coupon, I could probably still use the Shop Disney code, don't you think? But anyways, let's look at it. I really don't know too much about this. I just kind of pre-ordered it as soon as I saw it. It's from Funko. It's a Haunted Mansion board game. The Haunted Mansion Call of the Spirits game. Now, you'd think, being Funko, they'd have made this like part of their little Pop universe series of games, and they could have had little Funko, mini Funkos of our 3 ghosts there. But nope, they actually did something they did something original. And not pop styled at all, although it has kind of their interesting artistic style for things. Serpents and spiders, tale of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Disney's beloved The Haunted Mansion comes to life in this ghostly game of spooky spirits. Roam the endless hallway in order to contact the happy haunts that reside in this mysterious manor's many rooms. Enlist the help of Madame Leota in the seance room, but avoid the hitchhiking ghosts who move around the mansion, haunting visitors with their ghastly appearance. Become too haunted, and you just might end up becoming the mansion's next resident. All right, let's open up and take a look at it. So let's pop this open and see what is inside. I may, if after I read through the instructions and stuff, maybe we'll in the future do a video of how to play the game. I don't know. But for now, let's just take a look at the pieces and, quick look at the artwork. Yeah, I really haven't looked at too much about this. I mean, it's kind of I suppose, a cheesy tie-in game. But, you don't see Haunted Mansion games very often, except for, of course, there is that Haunted Mansion Life game from the parks. But I'm not getting that, because I disagree with it at its core. It shouldn't. You shouldn't have a game about an attraction about dead people called Life. It should at least have been called Afterlife or Unlife or just Death. And of course, the real thing, the obvious thing, is really, first of all, Haunted Mansion. You probably should have made a Clue game. Which I want to say I think they have in the past, and I think they may actually have it. But yeah, Clue would make more sense because it's in a mansion. But second, you should make a Pirates of the Caribbean Life game. You can call it A Pirate's Life for Me. Come on, this is obvious stuff. So it says it takes about 30 minutes to play. Don't want to read the instructions right now. Let's just look at the pretties. There's our board. Welcome, foolish mortals. Let me open this up. Can I get this all on camera? No, I can't get this all on camera. It's pretty close, though. Yep, you can see we have the ballroom. We have the attic. I guess Madame Leota goes in the center there. Oh, there's the rest of the ballroom. The hallway, the graveyard, and some more of the graveyard. And we have looks like little damage counters or something. I guess that's for how haunted you are. Ah, here we go. Here's Madame Leota. And she slots right in there. I guess so she can pivot. And we have the little bats or the game pieces. And of course, I kind of thought this was going to be a little bigger The Hitchhiking Ghost. I don't know why I thought it was bigger. Honestly, everything in this looks kind of a little bit smaller than I had personally envisioned it. But here's our Hitchhiking Ghosts. Not a bad little likeness. Kind of got like an Army Man aesthetic going on there. And then, of course, you have cards. We have like Sarah Sally Slater there. Madame Leota on the back. Got more cards. We got more cards. And we've got a floating candelabra. Yep, it's kind of neat looking, isn't it? We'll have to figure out how to play this, and then can maybe circle back and do a video one day on what it plays like. But the pieces are cute. So there's only 2 players. There's only 2 of these. It says 2 to 6 players. So maybe these aren't for your own personal damage counting then. Because you'd think if it's for 6 players, you would need 6 of these if each player needed one. But I guess that's what reading the instructions is for, right? But we're not going to do that today, because today we're done here. That's all I got today. That's all I have this week. We've been reasonably good if you don't count the 2 $25 ornaments. So yeah, we're going to wrap this up for this week. Hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found anything I've shown you interesting. This is available on... I picked it up off of Amazon.com, I think for like $25, maybe $30. It was a pre-order. It just came out this week. This just showed up last night. It was waiting for me when I got home from work, and this is the first time I've gotten to look at it, just like you. So if you enjoyed watching this at all, please remember to give the video a like, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video, or I will send these guys to follow you home and make everything in your world out of focus.